one.
Hello. We are Project Communication, and we are perfectly imperfect. I'm Linda.
I'm Sherry.
And I'm Mary. Today we are going to talk about surviving some vacations that we have taken. We've had some good vacations and some vacations that maybe at least in part didn't go so well.
A mixture.
Yes. So, Linda, do you want to start off? I know you have more than one example. So,
I like I've always said, I live an ordinary, extraordinary life of survival. So I'm going to start out with, we go camping, let's just say, we used to go camping a lot. But so one of the campings, we were in west central Wisconsin, kind of over in the Driftless region. And so there were more hills than there was flat land. So our camping was on this hill. And it was a big family camping. So there was probably 6-7 families. It started to rain. And it rained. And it rained.
Mm-hmm.
And it rained.
let me guess.
It rained.
It was so bad. And we had this huge canvas, probably 20 feet wide, 30 feet long, where we could put the picnic tables in and, and have eaten there. It was so cold that we brought the grill inside that structure, and we looked like homeless people. We were drenched, hovered around that, and then we started to notice that the sparks were flying up and putting holes in the camp.
Oh no, that wasn't a good idea.
No. And I mean, it literally rained the entire time. And I know many of you guys are going to remember this, because that was the weekend that the dam broke at the Dells by Baraboo.
Oh.
And it flooded everything. I mean, it flooded everything.
Yeah.
So when we came down off the hill and we began to see the devastation, we were so thankful we were on a hill.
Mm-hmm.
But we were just soaked. It was just an unbelievable, cold, wet, miserable time. But, we remember it well. One of the other times, family camping again. We are on the Wisconsin River, kind of in the central of the state. And I think many of you guys will probably remember this too, is that there were all these tornadoes landing around us. I'm saying there were probably 4 tornadoes. Now this, right before the tornadoes hit, in the afternoon, I was playing volleyball with the kids. And I dislocated my pinky.
Oh no.
Like, it was majorly dislocated. So we take the trip into the ER, and I can't say this on film, but I will tell you, I tell everybody, if you get hurt or sick in this general area, keep on driving to the next county. Because they took an x-ray of my finger and they say, oh, it's dislocated. And I'm thinking, yeah, pretty much. And then they put a shot in my hand, which was like, oh my God, I have never felt, I was like, oh my God. So then they're twisting and my husband is sitting next to me and he almost fainted. And then they take me back to get another x-ray, but they never showed me that x-ray.
How about anesthetic?
That's what the shot was.
Yeah.
They should have put me under. But, they sent me back out to the campground with my finger not wrapped, braced, or anything.
Oh my.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Oh, it gets better.
Oh, no.
you mean it gets worse?
Okay, so that night, the tornadoes hit. Everybody's panicking and running for the shelters. The following morning, my nephew is listening to the radio and they're repeating what went on the night before. So he gets scared and he starts running, tornado, tornado.
Oh, no.
And so we're all jumping up and running. And I started, we were sleeping in cars because every tent we had was shredded. But the campfire was going.
That's a good thing.
And
The campfire survived the tornado.
it did.
Oh
Yes.
my.
Yes.
Wow.
So I go over and I'm running over to my kids where they're sleeping in their car. And I'm, wake up, tornado, tornado, this is my
And now you're screaming.
Ah!
What's the problem?
And only to find out that it's clear blue sky. Not nothing's going on. And we realized he was just reacting to the trauma from the night before.
Oh, goodness.
So we get home and we were stranded there because they couldn't let us out because there were trees down everywhere. And in one local community, their fire truck was found in another county.
Yeah.
And so it was bad. We lived through it. You know,
You're here to tell the tale.
We're to tell them. So following week, you know, every time I bumped that finger, I just turned white. I mean, I turned white and I wanted to, yeah. And I went in and I said to my doctor, I says, you know, this just isn't healing. This really hurts. And he says, let's x-ray it. And he comes back and he says, Linda, your finger is broke.
Yeah.
I looked at him and I'm going, it was just dislocated.
Well,
And
you
he,
bamming on it.
well, no.
Yeah. It was
The
before.
doctors did it.
Yeah.
With all that twisting, and they tore all the ligaments in my finger.
Yeah.
Yeah. I survived that too.
I think I would be suing.
Oh,
Wow.
yeah. But, so, and another time at the same location.
We look forward to our vacations. What the
She
heck?
kept going camping.
I kept going. We all
That's
kept
the
going.
crazy
But
thing.
every year, as we were camping, we were preparing from what we experienced the year before. So we were really good
At doing
at doing this and being prepared for
What was-
rain.
Yeah, rain and tornadoes. Yeah.
This particular time. Okay, got the house sitter all set up. We had 2 huskies all set up. I had the original foot phones.
Yeah.
Okay, so you know that there wasn't many towers, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we get there Friday night. Saturday, I get a phone call, and I'm looking, who's calling me? I didn't recognize the number, you know. And I call them back, and they said, we just saw your 2 huskies. What do you mean you just saw our 2 huskies? Did you hold on? No, we let them go. So the house sitter either didn't show up, or he showed up and the huskies were already escaped from their pen, and he just proceeded on his way and not to inform us, right?
Okay.
So now I am standing on the hood, like not the hood, the rooftop of the car.
Trying to get a
signal.
signal.
And now my huskies, they could be anywhere.
Oh,
Nobody stopped them. Nobody we just saw them and we let them go.
They look a little intimidating. though.
Well, they were close enough that they got our number off the collar.
Yeah.
So no, it wasn't that intimidating. So there we go, and so we get another phone call, and I said, hold on to them. I'm finding somebody to come get them. And I'm thinking, I don't know who I'm going to. So our youngest son, I said, do you think your friend so-and-so would be willing to go get the dogs? And that's when we find out that the dogs had met a skunk.
Oh no.
No.
And his friend says, yes, I will go get them. I said, we will pay for your car to be cleaned. We will pay for you to stay with the dogs. We owe you. We get home.
And you didn't know there was a skunk until.
No, we knew that we knew there was a skunk because he said so. So we get home and now the house smells like skunk.
Oh, no.
We had all wet camping gear.
Oh, my.
I'm telling you, yeah.
That doesn't sound
So,
fun.
but these are the stories that you remember. The ones that everything went well, you don't remember.
Oh, no. There's what's the point?
Yeah. I mean, we had camping where it was so windy that the campfire should have been 4 feet high, but it was 4 feet long.
Yeah.
I'm done with camping.
Oh,
Officially, I'm done with camping.
Don't blame you at all.
Yes. 40 years of that kind of camping.
You lasted a whole lot longer than I would have.
Yeah.
In fact, you lasted a whole lot longer than I did with
Yeah.
camping.
Well, it was, it was a big family camping.
Mhm.
It was Christmas in August for us as a family, and yeah, so we just learned to endure.
Boy.
Oh wow.
So that I've got more, but we'll just continue on.
I actually have a camping story too. We always camped at in Baraboo.
Oh, there's
Baraboo Hills Campground.
Yeah.
We were at, and we always picked a site that was in the woods with the big trees. And this particular year, I said, let's just go in the clearing. Maybe it'll be, now the woods are right there. We'll just go in the clearing. That might be nicer. It might not be as messy. We got some grass. Anyway, so we pitch our tent because we just had a tent then. I can't believe how I could sleep on the ground for so long in a tent.
But we did.
Yeah.
We did.
Anyway, so I even did that when I was pregnant. It was fun, yeah. But anyhow, not anymore. So that night we're in our tent, and I think it was just Ethan and Trevor, our two. I don't think that was before Bethany. Anyhow, we're laying there, and I can hear the wind coming. Like, okay, it's not too bad. And you hear the rain hitting the tent. I'm like, okay, it's getting harder and harder. All of a sudden, the wind sounds like it's like whistling. I'm like, oh wow, my two boys and Mark, Mark's snoring, and I'm sitting there going, okay, because I don't like storms either, and I just, okay, it's not that bad, Sherry, it's fine, it just sounds like, because we're out in the middle of it's, it gets stronger and stronger and stronger. Like I said, and the tent is flapping. And I said, Mark. What? I said, I think we need to go to the conversion van. That was what we had at the time. It was awesome. I said, let's go there. That'll be safe. So we get out. I said, just get out. Get in. It's howling. And we get in the conversion van, and we're sitting there watching the rain. And at this time, the rain's going sideways. Sorry. And I'm like, oh, wow. And I know Trevor in the back's like, I'm getting scared. I'm like, yeah, I think we're okay. And I'm like, I'm dying here. Anyway, all of a sudden, it's just a blur. You can see a darker figure just go, boop. That was our tent. It just got flung into the woods next to it. I said, Mark, we need to go. What? He's sleeping again. Mark! So I said, we need to get to the bathhouse. We need to get there. We need to get, to shelter. Okay. So we go, and the first site that we were going to, we could have picked. Huge, I mean, as big as this room, the root system, the whole tree had uprooted. We would have, it would have got us. So, okay, turn down this way. Another one, the other site that we could have picked. And it was just a coincidence that we picked the clearing this year. So we got to the people, and we were like one of the first people there. And so I think they went to alert everybody, and we alerted a few people. Anyway, we're in the bathroom, the men's bathroom, and we're trying to get our kids to it's like, okay, just rest and relax. It's like, not by the urinal, go, come away. And in this, you could just, trying to stay as calm as possible, because the building was really pretty secure. And then here's this girl huddled and rocking back and forth, and her boyfriend he's like shaking his head. He's like, I finally get her to go camping. And she'll never hear it. She'll never let me hear the end of it. She's like, I'm never camping again. I'm never camping again. But there's humor in it, but it was devastating. It wasn't tornado, it was straight line wind. And for miles, there were whole rows of telephone poles, all just tipped. Yeah, that's a new word. Tilted, tipped. So, farmers had, the animals had ran away. I mean, it was pretty sad.
Yeah.
But all over the place. But it's like, that was interesting.
Yeah. Living outdoors.
Yeah. And we tried going camping. We went after that, believe it or not. When our daughter was, I think she was 6. Anyway, we went camping with some friends. I don't remember what park we went to. But anyway, we live in the country, but she can't stand bugs. She loved her bike until a spider was on it one day, and then she wouldn't ride it anymore. Oh my gosh. But anyway, we're camping. I'm like, you're okay. We had the dog with us. We had the 3 kids with us in our tent.
That you retrieved
and
from the trees?
a new tent. I think it was a new tent. Couldn't sew that baby back together.
There's just sometimes you just go and replace.
We lost a bunch of other clothes too. Anyway, so I said, all right, we're all sitting around the campfire, and our friends are with us, and we're talking, and she's freaking. I said, you need to lay down. So we have our Faith, our dog at the time, who was part corgi and golden retriever. So she's wide and short and really, really sweet. So I said, take Faith in there, lay down. It's okay. What about the bugs? I'm like, oh, for gosh sake, So I'm like, and I don't drink a lot, but we had. I'm like,
you started
I'll take one of those beer, And all of a sudden, she's like, oh. So we gave her the flashlight. She keeps turning it on, turning it off. So it's all dark at this campsite, but here's this light going on. I don't know. All of a sudden she's screaming, and the dog peeks her head out like, oh, I don't know what to do with her. and she's like, it's a spider. Well, when you flash a flashlight on a spider that's crawling on the outside of the tent, it looks really big. And I'm like, oh. Our friends were laughing so hard, and I'm like, I don't know. If it wasn't for the beer, I might have just went home. No. But anyway, so there was that. And I do have one more story.
Okay.
Do I have time?
Yes.
Okay. It was on our honeymoon. And we had planned a trip to Disney World. We were such kids. I want to go to Disney World. And we had spent just about every last dime that we had
to do this.
on this, and even our wedding gifts and everything. And so we were supposed to be at the I don't remember what time we were supposed to be at the airport, but we missed our flight because we slept too late. And we really did sleep. And anyway, and we had like $1.75 to our name. So we missed our connecting flight. We got on that one quickly, but the other one had already left or something. and we had $1.75, and we're sitting in the Atlanta, Georgia airport for 6 hours because we had to get on the other one. But in the meantime, all these clowns start walking in, and I'm like, what's going on? It was a clown convention at the airport. The news people came in, and we have pictures of this in our honeymoon book and everything. I'm like, well, at least we got entertained.
You got entertained.
All these, it was the most hilarious thing ever. And I know we shared some sandwich. Anyway, I just remember that $1.75 we had to our name after. I don't know if it was after. That must have been after the sandwich because you don't get a sandwich for $1.75.
No.
But anyway,
Not even
so
then.
Right, not even then. But anyway, so that was that. That was funny. But I think that's all for me.
Okay. Well, I have a camping story
Of
that
course you do.
combines camping and skunks.
Oh, yes.
So,
Oh, yeah.
but not as skunks and dogs.
Yeah.
So, my family went camping. We started out with a rented camper, and worked our way up till we've had a hard body camper, the big size, not huge one, but one that you just, put it in place and unlock the door and walk in. So we progressed over years. We never did have a tent. We had a tent trailer where you have to set it up and stuff, but it had a trailer base.
Some of us
Okay,
would
like a
say that's
pop-up.
not camping, but go ahead.
It was camping. Believe me, it was
That
camping.
is.
Yes.
Yeah, no,
But
it is.
we had this one of the times that we went camping. We had we went with at this point it was my older brother and sister had jobs, so they had to stay home. They got to stay home.
Uh-huh.
And so it was my younger brother and sister and I and our folks, and we had driven to Texas, Amarillo, Texas, to meet my dad's cousin. And then my dad's cousin and his son, and my mom and dad and my brother and sister and I went on to New Mexico, where my dad and his cousin wanted to go fishing. And it was in the Holy Ghost Mountains. And we figured that the reason it was called the Holy Ghost Mountains is the Holy Ghost was the only other person that knew where it was, because it was rustic and it was isolated and
no cell phone.
and there were no cell phones anyway.
They didn't exist.
They did not exist, so definitely no cell phones. And there was nobody else in this campground besides us that we ever saw. There was a small camp store when we first came in, but we were camped way farther up the mountain. But it had its charms. And so we had been there. We were going to be there probably about 4 or 5 days, and then we were going to break camp. And then the day before we were breaking camp, my mom said, "Well, we'll have breakfast, and then we'll clean things up, and then we'll head out." And the morning that we were going to leave, my mom started and woke us up very quietly, whispering, "Wake up, we're going to leave now, we're going to leave." And we're all like, "What's going on?" Well, my mom was almost always the first one up, and she would get her coffee and have her breakfast and then let the rest of us sleep in. Well, this morning not, because when my mother woke up and got her coffee, she was sitting out in her lounge chair outside the camper, and she saw down the road, because we had a nice cement slab that we had found that was nicely positioned between the pipe that fed us the water from the spring, and then a little bit down the hill was the pit toilets that had been nicely sanitized shortly before we arrived, because you could smell the Lysol, so we knew it was clean. And not too far from the trout stream that my dad and his cousin were going to fish in.
Sounded sweet.
It really did.
It does.
So we had a nice
Everything you
level
need.
spot for the camper to be on. But my mom was sitting in her chair and looking down the road, and could see this family of cats coming. And she looked and said, "Oh, isn't that nice? There's a family, the mom and the other young cat kittens following behind." And as she was watching them, sipping her coffee, they started coming closer and closer to our campground and camper. And they came closer and closer, and my mother could see that they were black, except for the mom, who had a pronounced white streak down her back. And she realized they weren't cats,
Yes.
they were skunks. And as they got closer and closer to our campground, they veered from the opposite side of the road toward the slab that our camper was on. And they came right to the corner of that cement slab and went underneath to make their bed for the day and snooze while we were up above them. They had been sleeping in their den under our camper the whole time that we were making all the noise we wanted to make during the day.
Yeah.
And then they would come out in the evening and do whatever they wanted to do. And so my mother said, we're going to get out of here as fast as we can so we don't disturb them.
And
And
they're so cute.
they were just adorable until she saw that white stripe on the back. So we unpacked. The rest of us didn't get any breakfast. She decided
Yeah.
we were going to unpack everything up and get everything loaded up in the camper and in the cars and get out of there as quickly as we could and not disturb those skunks any more than we possibly could, and get out of the Holy Ghost Mountains
Yeah, we were.
without any further trouble. And we did. So we did not have any smelly encounters.
Oh, that is good.
Yes, that was, so we
Yeah.
certainly dodged a bullet on that one. And
It's funny they would be right there by so many people.
it was, well, they were there first.
Yeah.
Okay.
They were
You're in
there
their
first. We
space.
came into their space.
Yeah.
But by the time they came out in the evening, we were all sound asleep
Yeah.
and not
They
disturbing
waited
them.
until you were quiet.
They're nocturnal. They're
Yeah.
nocturnal. So
Yeah.
we were all, we were all sound asleep and not bothering them. So they just got up and did their hunting at night. And
then
they
toddled
toddled up.
it would have been too bad if they could have just snuck back in without your mom knowing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but then I wouldn't have a story to tell.
Oh,
Yeah.
this is true.
So then there was another camping story that we had that was, we were camping, and it was probably around the same time because, although I think it might have been a couple of years earlier, we were going to go down to Natchez, Mississippi from northern Illinois. And my parents always did their research. This is when you had to do your research in books.
Yes.
Remember those?
Yeah.
And my mom had gotten a travel guide and some camping guides and found that, because we lived in northern Illinois and it took all day to get
get
down
there.
to southern Illinois. And so they found a campground in Effingham, Illinois, right at the very tip, the bottom southern tip of Illinois.
I know where Effingham is.
Yes.
And that is totally
No, I know.
Yeah.
Oh, Effingham.
Yes, and there was a campground there, and Effingham's kind of small, or it was at that time. And the campground was right in the town.
Mhm.
And so we could go there, and we left on a Saturday, drove all day through Illinois, and got to this campground only to find out that it really, contrary to what the book said, it was not open for campers. It had sold, the business had been sold to the new owners, and they were doing some renovations. So we got there, no place to stay. Except fortunately, the new owner was there, and when we explained my dad explained what was going on, he said, look, I'll let you stay here. He said, I can let you hook up to electricity, but he said, I don't have anything else really prepared for you. And so I said, that's okay. He said, as long as I can, I've got my stove, we can cook our supper and we're all set. And so we did that. The bathroom was available to be used, so we're all set, no hot water, so we couldn't take a shower the next morning. Okay, not a problem. It was gonna be it looked like it was gonna be a nice campground, but not for us. So, but it was cold. It was cold, because this was during spring break. We were going down we were getting down to the Magnolia Festival, but the week before.
Really?
And so it was early. It was in like mid-March, second, third or fourth week of March, and it was chilly. So my brother and sister and I were fighting over who was going to have the dog sleep in their sleeping bag, and I won.
You did.
The dog was wonderful. She was a little Dachshund Schnauzer or Dachshund Terrier mix, and she wasn't very big. So, but she usually would sleep, and with her nose sticking out of if it was chilly, with her nose sticking out of the sleeping bag, she went all the way down by my feet. She wouldn't want anything, of her sticking out. But she kept my feet warm that night. But it was cold, and normally, wherever we were camping on a Sunday, we still found a place to go to church.
Oh, yes.
And it was so cold, and because we couldn't take showers or really get cleaned, too much at all, my mom said we are going to go to a diner and get a hot meal because we couldn't really. It was just too cold, so we didn't have to go to church that day. That was
But you got a hot
we
meal.
got a hot meal. I mean, that was our thank you God for a hot meal. So yeah, that was a pretty amazing. That was like for a twofer, an interesting story, and but we shivered all night long.
Oh, I bet.
It was just we were so cold.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, that was pretty amazing.
And see, we survived.
We did survive.
We are survivors. If you've been listening along with
Yes.
us, we are survivors. So
Definitely.
don't try to challenge us.
Yeah.
We've got skills.
Yes, they have been honed.
I
over
know
the
how to
years.
use them. Yes. We used to camp in October around our anniversary.
okay.
I like Peninsula State Park, but you never know what the weather's gonna
Never.
be like. I remember having to have a shower out in the outdoor, those state park showers, and it was so cold.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I
Took
just
forever.
couldn't rough it that much. I had to curl my hair. And I had to,
Oh, really?
I think that was one of the I put my makeup on, But anyway, I think that 1 year was really bad, and then we didn't camp as much. Mark got like a bed and breakfast or whatever. I'm like, I like to camp, but not when I'm freezing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
And the wind's whistling.
and the rain's coming.
Yes.
And the tornadoes.
And the
never
tornadoes.
never experienced a tornado when I was camping, but
Yeah.
and I married somebody who had never been camping in his life, and I was not sad about that at all.
Oh, that's funny.
So
Oh, yeah. Well, here we are. I know I have a lot of stories of the things that I have survived
yes.
when I've been away from home for 2 days, 3 days a week. You just plan and know that if it all goes perfectly, you're not going to remember that trip.
Yeah.
I'm just telling you, you
Right.
don't remember the trip.
There are some fun things that you remember about a trip, but the things that really give you a good story to tell are the things that had some crazy thing happen.
Oh, I know that on our 40-year anniversary of Christmas in August camping, we were going around and we were around the campfire, and because we started it when our kids were small, and so now they're adults and they've got children of their own, and so we thought it would be so nice just to share the history a little bit. And as we're going around and we're telling the stories and we're laughing and we're watching the grandkids laugh, and the one son-in-law goes, and this is to encourage us to go camping.
You gotta keep going. You gotta keep doing those. But you know what? It's like we've survived this long. What are the chances we're gonna keep surviving?
Yeah.
That's the thing. But we want to thank all of our viewers for joining us on this journey. And this is video number 28. This is pretty amazing. And we want to ask you, please share your vacation fails with us, the things that you remember. Every time you think of let's go camping, or let's take a vacation here. We all ended up with camping vacations.
Mhm.
Maybe we're going to have to do another one that doesn't involve roughing it, because I know we all have. We've had
Yes.
I have a couple other listed, and they don't involve camping.
Yeah.
But vacations with my husband and other situations as well. But
Camping's a lot of work.
it is a lot of work.
It is.
Especially in a
It's
tent.
lot of work.
But we also would like to ask you a big favor, and that is to please share this video. If you watch it and you go, that was pretty cool, please share this video on your preferred social media platform and get the word out there. We're starting to build a following. We're starting to build a presence, a presence on the internet.
I like that. That's nice.
And the way it's going to keep growing is we can only do so much. If you share it, and then they share it, and they share it, it's going to grow exponentially, and that's what we like. We've got some things in the works that are going to be coming up in the next few months.
It's exciting.
Yes,
Really exciting.
so
Yes.
we'll need your help to help grow that as well.
So share, send a little heart. Yet avoid the thumbs down or the angry look.
Don't do that.
Don't
Yeah,
do that one.
No.
Don't. We might want to take it personally, and
We shouldn't, but
we shouldn't, but we just might.
Yeah.
So share, help us build a
Comment.
presence.
the comments. And the comments it would be nice to get enough comments to sit up here and just talk about some of
Some of
our
the comments.
comments, because that could really be funny.
Yeah.
To hear people's stories
Ask
about any of them.
questions, yeah,
Right.
add your comments about your vacations, ask us a general question. And the Webbies came out about, within the last 3 or 4 weeks. When they come out again, they're, like in about 10 months, think about, maybe nominating your favorite video podcast.
Oh, yeah.
Just a thought,
Yeah.
just a thought,
Because we're your favorite.
Yeah.
Because we're what
We're
we
different.
are reinventing our lives.
Yeah.
After and that
I
needs
live
to
in
be
my best life.
Yeah, I am too. I
Yeah,
mean, when I
this is-
told my granddaughter what I was doing, and she just kind of looked at me and like,
My kids are impressed.
man, they're
Yeah.
impressed.
Yeah.
I'm impressed too. I'm just going to tell you, I'm impressed too. So
And-
women need to stand up for each other, and there is never an end date. You just
Yeah.
Right.
you never know what you're going to be doing next, and I don't know what we're going to be doing next.
We never know. We wait for the others to tell us. You know?
So share, and help us build a presence.
Yes. And thank you so much for watching. We are
Community.
We're
We
something.
almost got through with it.
Okay, let's do it again.
We are Project Communication, and we are perfectly imperfect.
For sure.
Spray sunshine.
Thanks
Or
again.
joy.
We're all beads on one string. Every man, every woman, boy and girl. Beads on one string. We're one world. I touch, you touch. We feel so much. We hurt and we heal. We know love is real. You dream, well I dream. We plan, sometimes scheme. Oh, how we love to eat. And everyone has to sleep, 'cause we're all beads on one string. Every man, every woman, boy and girl.